I know what it's like to be an international student, although I'm not. Not only do I know a lot of international students and have I helped many, but I'm a traveler myself, so I know what it feels like to be homesick. If you're an international student and you're coming anywhere in the world, especially in North America, Canada, or the US, hit the subscribe button right now. I'm your go-to guy with all the advice, and I'll do anything I can to help you. I make about 10 videos a day for international students, answering everyone's questions. I'm the most active person in this space at the moment. Maybe not the biggest, but we're growing every day and we're building a hub. So please hit that subscribe button and let's make this a community together. So for international students, homesickness is huge. You may notice when you get to Canada or the US or wherever you're studying that you may be excited at first, but when things get quiet, maybe you come home at night, or you're alone, or you've had a tough day, you'll get homesick. And sometimes you don't even notice it. You won't even coin it as homesickness. But things just seem a little bleak. Things seem, just really toned down, and you feel depressed almost. I wanted to avoid that word, but it is almost a mild depression that you can experience when you're away from your family and your loved ones. What I recommend doing, the biggest counter to this, even though you're telling yourself, hey, I need to keep busy, I'm an international student, I need to study, even if you're an introvert, your biggest remedy to this exact problem is being around people. If you find friends and you find people to be around, or even just working outside in public, it will not fix it. But if you find somebody, like going out to dinner with a friend is going to be massive. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but make some friends. Honestly, there's international societies at so many universities. There's so many different clubs that you can join. You are going to do really well. Remember that when things are hard, they're always going to get better. What I recommend you do is, in the months when you first arrive, don't wait. In September and October, before the winter hits and everybody stays inside more of the time, or goes to bars with their friends, especially if you're a new student, what I recommend you do is in September and October, make as many friends as you can. The best way is, hey, what's your name? What are you taking? Just like really simple stuff like that, and tell them what you're taking and tell them how you feel. Be like, I'm an international student, I just got here and I don't know what the hell is Canada. What is a Canada? What is a US? It's so weird from back home. Back home I have this. Tell people that. They get interested. And that's going to help you make friends. Now your friends are going to be the best remedy for you. And don't tell yourself that you shouldn't be hanging out with friends because you should be working. Yeah, you should be working. But if you preserve your mental health, this is going to help you a lot. It's even going to save you in the long run, because when people get depressed, they make silly decisions. They buy dumb things. They start drinking, or they, sit down and do less because they don't feel energized. Even if it's just one or two friends, find somebody. So that's my first piece of advice. My second piece of advice is, if you're at home and you are alone, and for some reason you don't have a roommate, or maybe your roommate's out, or you don't get along the best. It sounds almost silly, and it's almost counterintuitive advice, but watching television can help you. Not for a long time. I don't mean watching TV all day. That'll do the opposite. But if you're just really craving, being around somebody, watching 10 or 15 minutes of TV, especially if you have to study, you can't go out and hang out with friends, is going to help you, because it almost fools your brain into thinking you're having a human interaction, because you're seeing people on the screen. It's much different than reading a book. Even watching a YouTube video like this one could help. And you know what? I respond to all your comments. So if you're feeling homesick, let me know right here. I will have a Skype session with you. I'm currently organizing a Skype session with an international student who's asking questions about coming here. So if you're truly homesick, I'll be your helpline. I really will. But honestly, you need to try to find, those things that are going to help you when the going gets tough. And it's going to become a lot easier for you that way. Okay, homesickness though. Talking to your family. You need to talk to your family. Call your family, Skype your family. Skype is free. If you have bad internet, you can use Skype calling. Buy $5 or $10 of calling credit, and you could honestly speak for hours in any country in the world. Spend an extra $5 or $10, you can get your own Skype number and use Skype as your own phone. Download the Skype application by just typing in SKYPE on the App Store or the Android store. And if you have a phone, best way, cheapest way, you don't need to buy international calling, you could speak to your family. Another thing, you can also play games with your family online. And I don't play games, I'm not a gamer, but Facebook has just like tic-tac-toe and stuff you can play with your family, and like little quizzes you can do, and that can be fun. But I understand, I'm realistic. Like, I know a lot of you, I'm not very realistic, but I know a lot of you are busy, so you can't do that, and you know, it still gets hard. Build something. Right now, I'm making this channel because I'm trying to build something. Maybe start a business on the side, even if it's a little bit of extra work, or start writing a book about your experience, or start journaling, or start picking up an instrument to play, or you know what, make videos documenting your experience in Canada. Why do you think I'm making these? So that I can fill a hole. People have a craving to, you know, not only feel understood, but actually be helped. There's not enough content for international students. So if you can go ahead and start making that, you're going to help people in your shoes too, even better than I can. So I hope this video helped you to overcome some homesickness. I know what it feels like, so hang in there, and I promise you, things are not only going to get better, they're going to be amazing, and you are going to change the future. My name's Nader, and thanks for watching.